4 events. So I'm curious, what's changed?
Yeah, I mean, I think the change is the guy we saw in the picture, right? The star players of Kerrigan's troops is not what they were used to be, right? And I'm also asking myself, are they really the same team anymore? Can they pick them up themselves once again? They did it with Twist towards the end of CS2. He got removed almost like before that even happened, and then they got in Frozen. And it's never really looked the same with Frozen. It's been good, but it's never been the same, right? And I also have a little bit of an issue with the role clashing between Frozen and Rain. They play a lot of the same roles. Frozen is a way more defensive type than Twist was. So it just feels like it was a rough change. Like, I think, given that Twist was still on this roster, I think they would have been in a better place.
There's no doubt that Robs have been struggling a little bit, and I guess there's no doubt that FaZe are not currently playing their best brand of Counter-Strike, but as you said, it's still a formidable team. Now, going up against Cloud9, that's a team that, from the outside, it's very tough to give any initial impressions of. You see the 5 players on your screen right here. It's been completely re-ramped. Obviously, a couple of the names we're very familiar with. Exile's been around for a long time. Boomage been around for a long time, but new faces are coming back into it. Inters rejoined the lineup, and then Heavy Guard and Icy. You look at those 5 players, you look at the Cloud9 lineup right now. What is your first-hand impression?
I mean, inside the team, the atmosphere must be so much better, right? Because they've sat here within that jersey with the pressure from the outside. Like, this is the super team of this region, right? They should be the best. They've gotten Shiro, they got Electronic, they got all these guys within the squad, and now they sold off all the pieces, right? There's no pressure on these guys. Maybe internally from Cloud9 there might be, but from the outside, I don't think many people expect Cloud9 to be like a top 5, top 10 team. So right now they have their balance to actually sit and practice and actually figure out how do they want to play. And with Boomage behind the driving seat, I wouldn't be too scared to see if they were actually able to make some good results.
It's a good point. I guess the expectations when it comes to Cloud9 are slightly lower now. We had James Bank catching up with Boomage himself to figure out what's going on in the Cloud9 camp.
Boomage, the last time you guys played was back in April. It's been a while, but you've had to rebuild the team completely. So can you just talk me through the process and what you guys have been through? Because it seems like quite a crazy journey.
Oh, we got the 2 weeks boot camp, you know, the new guys, and of course first official match. I just want to have the new emotions because new guys and our I think result will be really interesting for us because, you know, it's first official match, and for Heavy God first LAN match was 0-13. Yeah, and you know, I'm really happy. It's good atmosphere, and we want to do our top 6. We will try our best.
Looks good, dude.
For me, it's still interesting how we will play.
Looks great.
How did you come to the choices of Icy, Heavy God, and Inters? I know Inters obviously used to be on the previous Cloud9 roster, but it wasn't under you. So just why did you make these picks?
I don't know what to say about it. You know, this guys is insane. That's all I can say.
Okay, okay. How much were you involved in the choices? Was it like between you and Groove?
Yeah, it was like team talk with Exile as well and manager. We have a lot of guys, but we picked these guys.
I like Boomage, you know. I like when James is speaking to Boomage. He always gives good interviews, good answers. And as you said before, you feel comfortable having Boomage running the show? You feel comfortable having Boomage being the in-game leader of the new Cloud9 project?
I mean, I think he's a guy who can attract talent. I think he has a track record second to none in this region particularly. I'm also not sure if he's actually scared of this opportunity to like rebuild once again. I think he did it with 1 win again, and he got picked up by Cloud9 to build a super team. So it's not a common thing for him to do. I think he has actually really good pieces. I think both Boomage itself has so much experience that he can actually share to the younger guys now that they've actually gotten a couple of new faces.
Speaking of attracting talent, one of the talents they have attracted is Icy, a player that we became familiar with during the RMRs, some of the qualifiers. We've seen his stats, we've seen his abilities on the server. What is your impression of Icy, and do you think that's a player who can help Boomage to fulfill this project?
I mean, he must step up to a certain level, right? Early days to actually expect him to dominate this stage, but I think people forget back in the days like a couple of months ago when he played for Amcal, when he played for the Armar, he did so well. I think many teams poached him. I even know NIP talked to him, but the thing is that in the meeting, he didn't speak English. Like, they sat there trying to like, hey, and then he said hey, and then it's probably stopped there because he's not able to execute anything in English. So it's so great that he's actually on a native speaking country or like native speaking team here where he can actually develop further.
Sounds like he doesn't really have a choice, to be completely honest. It'll be interesting to see Icy take on FaZe Clan. We also have some predictions for today's games. All of us talent and you guys out there as well can obviously join the fun. Again, you can see right here, everyone is pretty much aligned apart from Anders, who have one single goal for this tournament, and that is to be as absolutely awful at the prediction as possible. He went with Big, he went with NIP, he went with Cloud9, and then for some reason he went with the favorite, according to us, in Team Liquid.
Yeah, this could be a crazy upset. This could be really hard for Cloud9.
I think Liquid has the potential to upset, and therefore you can steal alive. I think that's the point.
Well, there's a lot to look forward for the rest of the day. We have quality Counter-Strike happening all over the place. Firstly, though, it is FaZe Clan taking on the brand new Cloud9 lineup. To bring you the action will be Anders and Henry after a short little break.
Broke you with the stare. Alright, we got that all set up now too. Forever in history. These are really cool, the way that Blast has been doing these.
Looking at Cloud9 specifically, though, I know you won't know anything about what they're doing. You've just said it yourself. Do you look at this more on
now, I
kind of
want to add
his
up
style of calling? Is that how you go into it?
I think a rebuild of 3 new players. Boom is played with an AWP, Cordon with an AWP as well. So I think relying on that is not possible. Haven't seen Exile play for months. How has he playstyle adapted? Maybe he playing some new roles. We have no idea, right? So what we just have to do is go in, analyze the first 3 rounds, how they're playing, what their game plan is. They have a lot of information on us. We don't have them. So it just comes down to us adapting on the fly. Like I said, I think it's a good way for us to kind of get back to the basics. I think that's where we are one of the best teams in the world, trying to find the solution on the fly. And that's a good game to do that.
60 hours in the week.
Because I think they're coming with a lot of motivation, a lot of probation, and we
Was
just
our
have to
source,
show we have
my
better
draw
map
was
pool,
40.
and that's basically it.
It's different. Though.
Ladies
it's
and
different.
gentlemen, welcome to day 3 of Blast Premier 4 Groups 2024. We've got Group C coming your way, and we've got some world-class teams to deal with, Anders. We've got FaZe, we've got Cloud9,
The
G2,
legends,
NIP,
bro.
a spicy game to
so
kick
much
things
respect
off
for
with
these
FaZe
casters, they're
Cloud9.
so good.
The new look at the new roster coming through for Cloud9. What are your thoughts? I saw in the predictions you think they're going to win today.
3.5.
Yeah, of course they
underdogs.
will. FaZe, you know, notoriously at the start of the tournaments, they're always a bit weird like that.
That's your rationale. Okay, so you feel like there's a bit of a honeymoon period for Cloud9, and FaZe might be a little bit intimidated, a bit scared.
Yeah. Also, I mean,
It's
the
not
odds,
worst takeable.
they're obviously favoring FaZe, but it's not that bad. And like Kerrigan said, they don't have any information. They don't know anything about what this lineup is going to be like. I love the fact that Kerrigan mentioned Axile and his performance. Like, how is he going to adapt? Because I think at one point Axile was probably one of the best riflers in the world. And then obviously coming
I
into
think
CS2
at one
kind
point I would agree with you.
disappeared a bit, you know?
Yeah. I wouldn't say that that's still true today, but yeah,
Definitely
at one
not.
point, like 2020, 2021, yeah, sure.
But this is going to be his comeback game, Henry.
This game in particular?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, I'm on board. Yeah, I'm not saying maybe it
Just
could be.
two to
You
start,
never know,
all
ladies
right.
and gentlemen. This is the big one. No stand-ins today, I'm afraid. These are full rosters, Cloud9 and their debut. We've got new players, Heavy God coming in from OG, Icy from Amcal, of course, and then former Cloud9 player Inter is making a return to the jersey. So we'll see how Rolt wants to kick things off. We heard on the analyst desk he hasn't been playing to his usual level this season, and that continues in the pistol round at least. Heavy God absolutely obliterates him with a PT-50. Nice opening kill. Pushing with the dualies, so Andy, you don't see that too often. Like, push with the USP, you got a bit of
I think it's a bit of a fake, right? Because there's still 3 people at the B bomb site.
True, I get that's a nice point.
He might have been hoping that they were going to just...
You're normally like camping in the B, like you kind of get baited in yourself. You're not normally the one to force the issue, but that's... Let's see how this one develops. As you mentioned, there are 3 CTs, so it might be a bit of a ruse. Icy to lead the charge. The Orpa will try and crack things open with his Glock, but here's Brokey. He's actually managing to find a couple, make it 3 headshots, Anders, and they've actually pulled it right back, 3-1.
Nobody even saw Brokey. He was just hanging out in the window. So 1 versus 3. Winnable for Inters. He's got time for it, but obviously the bomb no longer in his possession, so you can't really surprise them with where he's going to end up. They know he has to go and pick that up by the scaffolding up there. Down to 40 seconds, and it is a massive 3-way crossfire. He's playing it well enough. He knows that there's someone going to shoot him in the back, but instead it's Brokey finding his 4th kill in the round.
well enough
All
for
of
the
them
time being.
headshots. If it's going to be a Brokey game, that's bad news.
That's a 5-on-4 advantage. I think you're dead on. Like, it was maybe luring them into a false sense of security. So that kill on B, let's go for a nice little mid to B split. Oh wait, there's still 3 CTs in there.
crazy.
So bit of an anti-strat. Like we said in the interviews, that they don't have any tape on Cloud9. This is literally their first game with this roster. So the fact they've made that call, very impressive. It works out for them. No bomb planted, and you can see it's a full eco here, and a bit of aggression is what you'll love to see here on the CT side of Dust 2.
I also noticed they had no diffuse kit in that pistol round, which I think if you weren't going to stack B can be very risky.
Right.
Imagine having to retake the B bomb side of the pistol round with no kit. You have just no time at all to do that in. This is looking like a much quicker round. Axile somehow finding a kill. I think that was over on long, and Heavy Guard will find one as well. What's happening here?
It's fine. The HP's so low, they won't be converting these kills into a round. But still, we'll have some knock-on effects financially. As you can see, it's a pretty concise mop-up. Nothing to really write home about. A little bit concerning. They lost 2 players to the Glocks, but it does happen. Guns coming out in the 3rd. I don't think IC can justify the AWP as of yet.
Hot noodle.
We'll see where we're going to go for a scout. I'd assume it'd be the AK-47. It's Dust 2. Might fancy the scouts, but there it is. It's going to be the rifle. As we get ready for the first gun round, we've got the Brokey AWP. Like you said, he had a bit of a flying start in the pistol. Those sort of players, the flashier ones, they get a good start into the map. They're normally going to dominate and have the confidence to perform, especially on a map like Dust 2. We're going to take that long take, though, as they've got a decent spawn, taking a lot of damage on route. Inter's behind blue. Find some salvation there. Still got the new box to jump up towards short. We're going to see how that kind of changes play at a pro level. It's going to be Rain to find the first kill on Heavy God. Down he goes. Nice opening frag, and they can kind of just reset their setup now. Going to be towards long, where Cloud9 will challenge, and it's going to be Rain with his 2nd, finding Icy on the cross.
Yeah, they're slowing them down so much with grenades, with flashes coming out. And now they got Brokey in position. I'll just re-smoke it. He didn't quite want to swing that, but This MP9 here could be doing a lot of damage. It looked like there was a chance there. Carrigan would have waited maybe just a second longer, but a 5 versus 3. I don't think FaZe need to be moving around too much. They can just kind of dig in here and wait. And the question is there even anything that Cloud9 can do right now?
Not really, Anders. They've got no utility to speak of. They've got a Molotov and a couple of flashes. They're locked in behind, so
they just need to
that
deal with this
player holding long
backstab
doors,
together and then go
he's
from there.
more than likely to get at least one. That's all he has to do at this point when they exit. It's going to be Rain. Nice angle. That's all he had to do. That's pretty much round guaranteed, especially when he mows them down like that. AK-47 going to work. Rain with an ace, I believe. He got 2 kills towards short and then 3 along there. So
did he really get all of them?
I think he did.
Rain's such a long time pro, dude.
Don't want to do a scrawny here and call the fake ace, but I think it was.
No, you know, Reddit becomes really upset when you do that, so.
I think there it is. There's 2 there.
You're absolutely on point, Henry.
Okay.
Wow.
No mistakes yet. We got this.
Frag hunting.
That's nice. 6-0 for Rain.
Well, Axel just trying to get that shot with the Deagle.
I'm just happy to see Cloud9. Like, again, this is their big underdogs.
It is interesting to see some of the players that, again, used to have, like, you know, be pretty much on top of the world. Axel definitely being one of them. Rops as well. You know, seeing how they can adjust into CS2 a little bit more. Surely it'll happen eventually, but there are some players that have found it a little bit tougher, really getting into the swing of things.
It's weird for Rops especially. Like, the first, like, 3 or 4 events in CS2, I remember saying myself in like different interviews and stuff like that and on desks,
he's going to be the best player.
He's the best player in CS2 right now.
I remember that. You lied.
Apparently I lied because, yeah, it seems like as of late, especially since they lost Twist, it feels like he really hasn't been performing to the same level. It's difficult to quantify as to why that is. But we just talk over this eco round, Cloud9. Not getting anything done here as of yet. If you're not aware, this is the new look Cloud9 roster, the debut of 3 players, especially just Axel and Boomerich remain from the previous lineup.
Brokey's on for an ace himself.
Yeah, dude, he's actually kind of good.
Oh, I feel like Axel should have given it to him. You know, it'd be a gentleman thing to do, but it's going to be Rain out on long instead to pick up that one. Some nice deagle shots coming out from Cloud9, but really not more than that in this round. I must say, it's kind of terrible news for Cloud9 to see Brokey play as well as he is at the start here, because you already said it, like he's such an impactful player.
Like, in terms of Dust as well, the AWP is by far the most important role.
Yeah,
so the fact he's firing on all cylinders, no slow start here for FaZe, which they are synonymous with, you know, like
that is true.
It's FaZe Clan are known to go down 0-5, that's normally their thing. So the fact they've got a rare good start here is a scary prospect. We're going to see Icy. He's just watching for the lower B crossover. I'm not too much vision he'll get. Anyone pushing towards top or middle, perhaps. He was boosted. Brokey's actually got control of lower B. This is a missed shot that's going to cost him his life, almost certainly. Not going to capitalize upon it, though. Deagle comes through. Should be the double kill here for Cloud9, but Brokey somehow gets away with 99 points of health. Rain pushing offshore. Keeps things at an even kill here. 4-on-4. Boomage down to 21 points of health. He's behind Xbox right now. And jump up towards shore. Brokey just thankful he's still alive after all of that. Nice shot from Rain. He's also in the zone, fully locked in.
That is sickening, yeah. That's one of those angles that can be very, very hard for the teams. Just seem to be able to duck down behind that wall all the time, and you're just kind of missing all the bullets, but not for Rain. He's 9-0.
What's crazy, those Cloud9's can be expected to, you know,
between the 2 of them, they're playing some pretty good Counter-Strike. And look at the rotation coming in. They're actually ready at the B-bomb side. Already 2 people there. Don't have that many grenades to hold them back, but they just need basically 1 kill apiece here, and they're going to be fine. 1 and done here is absolutely fine. It wouldn't be ideal. He's going to have some backup. He can just get 1 and survive. Oh my God. He's going to take all the aggro regardless. He really is having a field day. Oh, he didn't reload the Deagle on the previous encounter. Shouldn't matter too much here.
I'm so glad I remember this was on.
In any other world, surely he just stays outside the bomb site like a normal person.
And orbs the door, right?
Just doesn't run in with the orb like it's a shotgun, but...
Oh no, he's feeling it right now though. The fact he even forgot to reload his Deagle, he had that kill with 1 more bullet, so that's unfortunate. But
I think, Henry, before you and I even got to cast Dust 2 when it was back in CS2, you were already telling me that some of the meta was going to be about pushing aggressively on the CT side in the middle.
Especially now, we've got that self-boost available in CT spawn. Even
more so.
It's going to define how it's played. I think it's going to have a knock-on effect in multiple ways. You think about the avant-garde smokes that didn't really work in CS2. I think all of a sudden now, those are going to actually work, because the higher box there, you can smoke on top of that. You actually cross over in the traditional CSGO way now. I'm interested to see if, especially Cloud9 will be dropping those sort of strategies today. For now, They have got a couple of smokes. They're making their way towards shore. Maybe we'll see something like that. Looks likely to be a mid-take, though. And you can see Frozen is set up perfectly for it. Not going to be giving them any close-range encounters where they can pick up an AK and kind of find momentum in towards the bomb site. They're playing it very passively, reading the economy well here. And they've got their 2 smokes. Let's see if they go for something like an avant-garde execution. If you're not aware,
talk to me.
Smoke on catwalk,
How'd it go out there?
on the boosted boxes as well.
That one hurt. Damn, dude.
Get over towards the side with a couple of flashes, but time will tell.
I think we might have
new ideas.
Oh, the OT.
I don't think we've seen the most out of it since it came back into the map pool.
We had a good win streak going there. We had a good win streak going there.
We're still seeing a lot of mistakes where people put up the smokes they used to and see us go and forget that the grenades can blow them open. It's like people run over the cross at long and they just they forget that suddenly there's no smoke. So it's kind of interesting to see how that plays out. But
okay, so that's
had
what
11K
they're doing
heals
now instead of avant-garde. So they're still doing it the same way. Interesting.
Although you know, sometimes I hope you feel this way. Sometimes, dude, when you lose a game, at least you know you fought well. You know,
5 versus 4,
better. You know,
the AWP especially
did our best.
should be going down here if he continues to dominate. Here on the CT side, that brings totality of phase.
They're just stacking all the kills, like every round. It's just like nobody else is being allowed to do anything on that.
It's an effort to be proud of.
There's Brokey that's going to town. He's had that AK for a while now as well, and you think Brokey's done at this point. They're going to trade him out. Of course, he gets one more for P250, guarantees the round.
Oh, I'm tired, boss.
You're right. Just these two having an absolute barn burner of a game so far. Oh, I can't believe that. It's been a while since I've seen a good phase start. Like, this is a comprehensive victory. As we get into round number 7, 6-0.
I want to see Icy's op get going.
Karrigan,
let's go. Come on.
He hasn't even got a kill yet. He's like, guys, save some for the rest of us.
I know.
This is a tough,
kind of a boring game for the rest of the phase at the moment.
Yeah, dude.
This is concerning, though, because Cloud9, obviously, they're on the T side. That's where you are allowed to dictate where the fights are, what the pace of the game is. Like, you've got much more control in a way than you do on the CT side, where you can kind of be left, you know, trying to find information, figure out where's the push, can we rotate around? Like, it could be a little bit more of a passive experience sometimes, but you're not seeing Cloud9 with that kind of forceful, you know, dictating the game at the moment. They're just kind of showing up and losing some of the fights, and then they have to try and scramble back in a 5 versus 3. It's a little bit of an issue. And also, obviously, the money has been a problem.
They've barely played around yet, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like they haven't had a chance to actually execute or approach a bomb site with 5 players. This is the first time we've actually got some decent control. They still have utility. They're going to go for a run boost.
Let's get something going.
Bait for the shot while Icy peaks. The grenade, if that's an HE, yeah, it's going to do a ton of damage. Boomage feeling the brunt of it. The current meta is you actually have multiple HEs in towards CT spawn.
Right.
Buy an extra flashbang, you have this much economy as well, and have multiple HEs in there to keep bombarding the short area when they're trying to set up. So we'll see if that develops as the incendiary getting deployed. Here comes another HE. Oh, Anders, that one's going to sting like hell. Ouch. Another 30 damage inflicted.
It didn't bounce as
Boomage.
good.
Heavy got down to 65. That's going to be walking wounded. And Karrigan, that is lovely. Nice and snappy with the AK-47. Intez will pull one back, but he's down to 36 points of health. It's another 4-on-3 for FaZe Clan.
And very little, 10 seconds, they can't even get the, I don't know why they're running out.
Fuck, dude.
I don't think they can make the bomb site with 10 seconds.
You're right.
It's so funny, like, you think it's like win this gunfight, and then it's just like, nope, that's Frozen.
They couldn't even win the round.
Bro's
It's just like, okay, so you go lose some more AKs, I suppose, and run into B.
I only just, like, it was accidentally, I just checked the clock.
I'm normally like,
I don't think they noticed.
Like a hawk, yeah, you're right. I did not notice that. They're running out middle at 10 seconds. Even this was like
Are you playing again, Doug?
A little bit tweaky bum time with 20 seconds on the clock. But yeah, here we go, 10 seconds, and of course someone has to swing out before that smoke. You need to get some intel as to what's going on, but this is...
I was actually thinking about like just
battering
ending the stream and watching this in bed on my phone.
So yeah, first tactical timeout. What have you got for us? They look a little bit out of their depth so far. This is their map pick as well, bear in mind.
Yeah, it sort of makes you wonder if they're trying to do like very deep strats with a brand new lineup. Like if
maybe
just choose the ultimate map to not do that. Just,
yeah, like to be fair, like they got some short control there. They just didn't really seem to do anything with it. They set up a basic execution, but like Karrigan didn't have to work too hard for those shots. Like he wasn't Molotov'd or flashed off. Like there was no pressure from long at the same time. It seems like they kind of just focused everything towards shore. Early days, they can still turn this around, I suppose. These sort of rounds, and you've got a couple of pistols in the mix, you kind of loosen up a bit more, take some more risks. We'll see if that's going to be the case here. Axel maybe going for that long take by himself. Waiting by the door is going to be flashed out. He's going to be landing nearby. Actually hits him for a pretty significant amount. No one exits out towards blue bin, though. Heavy God. Haven't mentioned him at all, though, so far. He was the best player in OG.
Oh, yeah.
Great prospect for the future of Counter-Strike. We're waiting to realize his true potential. Can he do it in a Tier 1 team?
Another from the
great opportunity.
Endpoint.
Yeah. It's amazing to be playing in the Cloud9 jersey, but let me tell you, it comes with certain pressures and responsibilities. I can tell you that from first-hand experience.
Let's not dive into that, Henry.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why you even opened that box, but
yeah, people expect a lot.
True.
It's true. Well, it is a minute on the clock, but you are right. Heavy Gods, to be fair, it's the whole team, right? Nobody has more than 3 kills right now on Cloud9, and we are, in round number 8, so they really have had almost no impact on the game whatsoever. Rain getting a little bit of spray on top, removing just the top layer of smoke there. Ready if there was going to be another one. Heavy God goes down, but they will catch Kerrigan. It's Icy with that AWP, and they are trying to put some pressure. Boomich, he's up at the window waiting for the smoke to fade and see if he can get that 1 kill they need. Rain, just with the help of Frozen, going to be able to get another kill. And it will be Icy and Inters left. 2 versus 4 with 20 seconds. The bomb's in the middle, so again, probably not a winnable round.
With 20 seconds, yeah, you might be onto something, and Rob certainly is as well. Best weapon for that job. That's such a prime position for the Orc.
Yeah.
Like, it's built for that sort of spot. So, yeah, wins the duels, no problem. Cloud9 left looking at 6s and 7s. I'm afraid that they have yet to enter the game, yet to even have a compelling round. I'm not sure if that was a full investment. I saw AWPs and pistols and the like, but maybe they saved a couple of weapons. But let's see what the cash is. They certainly got maximum loss bonus. Maybe another tactical timeout required here. So yeah, got an okay buy. Galil's in the hands of 3, couple of AKs. Got so much breathing room now on this base side. You can see Brokey taking a few more risks. That's where he thrives. He's actually, is it Rob to the secondary AWP? I assumed it was Brokey, my bad. All right, Brokey's got the secondary AWP. Okay, like just 2, one of the most viable maps for a double AWP setup.
Yeah, he's given the AWP to Kerrigan, so they still have 3 scopes. He's just said, all right, we're having actually so much fun. Let me AWP.
Wacky setup. I like it.
This 2 is definitely not bad.
Kerrigan known to like the AWP and the Krieg.
It looks like they're just going to try and pop the B-bomb site. I think that's, again, just don't make it complicated. Don't run out of time. All you really need is 1 good entry for this strat to work.
Smoking the doors by the looks of things. Not a lineup I'm familiar with, but you assume that's where it's going.
A lot of damage through Rops, though. They'll pick up the first one. Boomich will be able to run him down. So, again, that's all you needed, right? A flash, get a little bit close to whatever rifle. Obviously, a little bit easier if it's the AWP, because it closes the distance a lot quicker, but 4 versus 4. The bomb planted.
Axel's
a real chance here.
Going for the existence.
Oh, yeah.
The old classic, Anders. That's the kind of backstab you love to see. And now, Retail might as well go for this mode. You've got 5 digits and a few players.
Honestly, yeah, he needs to get more.
I'm ticking away. It's looking like the first Cloud9 round. Smoke towards tunnels, though, suggests they'll consider this one as we wait for potentially a flash to come over. I guess
also lock them in.
That is locking them in. That is making sure they take everyone down here. So even if they will win the round, they might lose everything going with it. We'll have a look. It's going to be the AWP making its way through. AWP goes down. They can't really grab it, can they? Oh, just about. Okay, nice work from Heavy God. Timed it to perfection.
Nice. Heavy God.
I thought it went inside the doors a little bit, but there it is, their first round. Nothing too flashy. Run the default, up towards B tunnels, smoke the window, smoke the double doors. In we go. Trade out the kills.
There's a very passive-aggressive way to
and you had the
that
existence
round.
drop down as well.
Yeah. It's classic, isn't it?
The backstab.
Just deciding, like, makes you seem a little bit bitter, doesn't it? It's like,
really
I can't win the round, but we'll take all your guns.
Here, see what it does.
But there's a good reason for it. It does work. They did survive with 2 players on the Cloud9 side, but still, it's their first round, and they obviously need to win the rest here on the first half. So they've got to make this an 8-4 scoreline. Otherwise, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. They probably are anyway. Rops down below will take down Boomich and escape, giggling through the smoke back on his side of the map.
Yeah, it's very well played. You can see all his protocols there, pushing halfway up middle to get suicide, see if anyone's chilling there with the AWP. Confirm that no one's clearing middle. And Rops will find his second. Headshot towards Icy as well.
You turn the volume down, talking real quiet.
Very good for a 9th round here in a financial reset. As we hint for a 5 versus 2.5. Axel down to just 20 points.
Chilling.
Oh, Kerrigan, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had a chance to be in many fights,
Dude,
but
he doesn't even take any damage from that, and Axel's waiting for that particular push. That's with the M4 versus AK as well. That's kind of crazy. He wins that duel.
it's very well played. Heavy God and Inters, 2 versus 5 again. Just nothing about this seems winnable at the moment. The real risk here would be Karrigan sort of going down and then opening up into a 2-on-4, but again, it's
okay. The
such a long road.
chances Karrigan's had the frag when they've pushed 2 players up short, he hit those 2 bangers.
Yeah.
Now he's had key duels towards long and bottom and middle as well with great timings. He's nailed all of his shots. He has delivered every opportunity he's had so far, and he is playing a very smart spot at this stage. You won't see many CTs ever in T-spawn. It's actually going to yield a frag by the looks of things as well. This is wild from Karrigan. Oh.
Wait until time runs out. Make it.
Oh, yeah, hate to see it. It was so well played, and maybe he'll convert it.
Oh, no.
He was just protecting the AWP. Oh, he just pulls the trigger at the wrong time, and they're going to take the AWP into the next round. And they lost Rops's AWP as well. Okay.
Nice, that's good for us, though. Good for us.
But he did win the round.
They did win it.
So that was where Rob's found Icy for his second kill. This was sick from Karrigan.
Yeah. That is such a shallow peek. He's almost backing off while he's shooting, or he is.
Yeah, really nice. But it's a little unfortunate they gave the AWP up at the end because that means they now can buy around it. The maximum lost bones, you can see they still get AKs for Lils. Tech 9 for Boomich, but yeah, with Heavy God on the AWP, surely give it to Icy. Like, oh, he must have the long spawn. They'll swap it back over, more than likely.
How do you dig yourself? Like, obviously, every pro team in the world has had a game like this where nothing is working. You're off to the worst start ever. But how do you resuscitate a game like this?
You can't. This map is over. It's done. But it's a best of 3. You know, like you just gotta just move on. Like it's a first game with this roster. Like you didn't anticipate Robs, Rain, Brokey, Karrigan, everyone's performing at a very high level right now, which is rare for FaZe. Like at the start of a tournament, usually, I think we all know at this point, they always seem to fumble the
FaZe
first
looks fucking
9 rounds of a game.
It's their brand.
Then they wake up and they get like a 9-3, and then they kind of wake up a bit, and then they can close out the best of 3 just about.
Yeah.
This is a very rare occasion where we see them come out all guns blazing so early on. Heavy Gun applying pressure towards Karrigan. Can't find the killing blow though. Still 5 on 3. Karrigan just trying to buy as much time, rot the clock before he goes down. He wants to do some damage before they finish him off.
What we got on this mid play though?
Tees have
This
a
cat
couple
play
of
here.
smokes,
Meow, meow.
a Molotov,
Meow, meow.
with 2 waiting on the side. Karrigan patrolling long, making sure they can't peek from the crossover. It's very difficult. They have to take care of Karrigan now, and how are they going to do that?
Yeah.
The smokes.
Again, there's so much hesitation going on right now. It makes you very nervous watching this. Down to 17 seconds. One mistake here, especially with the bomb that close to the ledge. You've got to be careful it doesn't fall into CT spawn, because that can happen, and you don't want to be in that position here. 8 seconds, you're right, getting close. No scope by Brokey, and he's going to try and go back-to-back no scopes. They'll still win the round, but it tells you something about what frame of mind Brokey is in. He's just playing for the show now.
Icy died after time as well.
Yeah.
No money. So he's got $200. He's like, please fist bump me, bro. I'm struggling, please. Not the best debut. It's a bit rough out there. Happens when FaZe are playing like this. I don't think there's no like obvious flaws in their gameplay. It's just everyone is nailing their shots. The setups are pitch perfect. They're adjusting. They're being aggressive at the start. They've conditioned them to be worried of lower B. Yeah, so this is the final round of the first half, ladies and gents. Do not adjust your sets. It is 10-1 in favor of FaZe on their opponent's pick of just 2.
Shit.
But Brokey and Rain still getting about half the kills that I've actually had. So many.
Dude, they've been absolutely
Rain has
walloping them.
Yeah, Rain has 18, which is the same as Karrigan, Frozen, and Robs combined. So, just to say,
Rain normally knows to show up in the big games on the stage. Like normally, group stage is a little bit quieter.
He was a crowd, you know.
A few anomalies here.
Well, this is a nice start. Good job. Headshot from Icy in the middle takes down Brokey. It's got to start somewhere, right? Even if the map's probably impossible to recover, just try and get some of the individuals a little bit fired up, and don't let FaZe walk out of this map just laughing their way into the second on Inferno, which, by the way, is in FaZe's map pick as well. This is Cloud9 that picked the map. So,
well, looking good for 10-2.
Any 420 rollers?
By any stretch, but
Meanwhile,
let's
Nugs
see what they can do with it. Now, this is what you want. You want pressure from short and long hand.
Yes.
You want to make sure they're overworked. Like, they have to be mindful of both positions. They need to be active, so that flash will enable a swing, but you can see that it's overwhelmed on the bomb site, and it's going to be a nice finish. They would have got more of these to kick things off. They did get the AWP pick at the start. Certainly is beneficial to thinning out the defense, but it looks like at least we have a game on our hands. So one round, it's definitely GG. 10-2, however, win the pistol, find some momentum yourself. You probably won't be winning the game, but you can make it a lot more competitive.
Yeah, I think a map like Duster it can invite the kind of crazy comebacks at times if you really lock it down. But obviously, we need to see that before we can even really start entertaining that question here. Nice shot from Heavy God and Icy. Look at the last kill of the half. So brilliant start here for FaZe. They love a 10-2 in their favor.
I'll take that, though. I'll take that last round.
I would say that gaming is I would say, very good school. It taught me a lot of things. Dedication, responsibilities. You could say something to wake up for every day. I'm David Czernianski, also known as Frozen. So I grew up here in Bratislava. I was born here. This is my hometown, you could call it.
I'm chilling at the Adrenaline, enjoying Bratislava.
Childhood was, you know, I think pretty casual, I would say.
Bol taký hyperaktívny.
When I was like 7, 8, I remember more being outside. I was doing hockey, I was playing football. We were competing in some small
Slovakia.
local kid tournaments.
Southwest
having
area.
the spirit for competitiveness. I was kind of always around the games, almost from the get-go, you could say.
On hodiny strávil, keď brat hral a on pozeral. To dokázal tam hodiny sedieť a čakal, kedy ho pustí. Takže vždy bolo, že môj veľký brat samou.
Watching my brother play the video games and wanting to be like him in a way.
Tak jeho sen bol, že počítač potrebuje. Čiže na Vianoce dostal počítač. A vtedy to začalo.
One, two. Wait, fake.
He's crazy good.
O tej hre vôbec nič, len proste dvere, tak na obrazovke krvavé steny, tak proste ako moc som nebol nadšený z toho.
I remember watching some frag movie from 1.6 and I saw a Slovakian player there. I remember something clicked in my head and I was like, maybe I could one day be in a video like this as well, you know. It has been something that I was dreaming about before, and you know, suddenly it was a reality.
This is
I knew
wholesome.
it's
I like
something
it.
that I cannot just, you know, waste. Ever since that day, I always made sure that I'm worth my place.
Explosions finish the job. AI says 70% swung to 40 because Frozen. Pieces together the clutch. Here the cross the barrels goes for the monster.
He's in the video. Cloud9, come on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are locked in to Group C here at Blast Premier Full Groups 2024. The opening game finds us with FaZe versus Cloud9, a debut for the new Cloud9 roster, and not the best look so far. It's their map pick, Anders, and they're 10-2 down. I don't think there was anything massively flawed in their game necessarily. This FaZe just looked like they're on another level right now.
Yeah, with Brokey and Rain kind of crushing all opposition in front of them for the first 10 rounds in a row. Like what
everyone's nailing their shots.
Yeah.
Like every duel we've seen, it seems to be going in one direction only. And we'll see if Cloud9 can pick up a much-needed pistol. It goes without saying this has to be a win. We'll say it anyway.
Yes, Axal will land the first shot here. I said this is going to be his comeback game. We're a little bit away from that at the moment, but, you know, it's a start. They decide they don't really want to go out long. And that's probably a good move for FaZe. If they had, there would have been 3 people waiting for them. It's kind of hard. It's a huge choke point, obviously. And in a pistol round, you don't have all the grenades to get rid of that corner. So now they're backed up on short instead.
Big CT side.
There
Big
is
CT
an
side.
HE here on Icy. See if he can find the timing for it. I think it lands a little bit behind them, so not necessarily the grenade making the difference here. Oh, Axal again. That was a fadeaway shot. He's looking for one more here, but it'll be Boomich to find the head. But the bomb is planted. Frozen on his own here. He's going to try and see if he can defend the bomb site. It is highly unlikely. So he had to get the ace with the Glock, and that's not going to happen. Axal with 3 kills instead. But the bomb plant for FaZe is not half bad. I must say, that little interview that we got with Frozen just coming into it here was very cool. I enjoy that, like him seeing him, like, you know, another person frag movie wanting that. I have a similar memory once. I had one news article once, probably can't be found anymore in the internet, where somebody did like a match review of a game that I played in. And they were like, ooh, like Danish AWP player Illusion. That's my nickname.
All right, cool.
Like, you know, did well on A-Long or something. that lived in my mind for so long. So like, I totally
remember when the first British players played at CPL, like 4 Kings.
Yeah,
that for me was the same sort of thing. I was like, I want to be that guy. I want to be the one everyone's talking about and supporting. Like,
obviously, unlike
my country.
You or Frozen, I didn't make it that far. But the story's a bit different, but you know, still.
Well then, it is going to be the Force Spy, Curtis. Oh, or is it? No, actually, it's not. I actually tell a lie.
Trade it,
it's,
GG.
A bit of a partial investment.
It's interesting, though.
So Brokey
Reliable.
has been given a
We'll say you lose a lot of value with
as well. And so they're going to try and get the bomb down again, ideally. Trying to get a few kills here. Like, they don't need these rounds. Like, considering they've got such a huge buffer.
Right.
So much breathing room here. Like, I guess this is not really required. So they'd rather like win this game. Okay, it's getting a bit dicey. Okay, it's fine. I was going to say, if Boomich goes down there, that might be a chance to lose the round. But it was essentially an eco. They brought out a hero Galil, if you will, just to kind of thin the herd of Cloud9. They get 3 kills, so it did exactly what it was designed to do. And they'll have a nice loss bonus now to have a full gun round. If they win this follow-up round, due to the damage they've done to the Cloud9 economy, it should be an open net at that point to put it in. But that's if it all goes to plan. This is a very important round. The money will be very tight, as you can see, for Cloud9. $50, $50, $100, $450,
yeah,
$1,300. So kind of another must-win sort of situation. You'll have $1,400 loss bonus if you give this one up.
I think it's fun, though, to see FaZe be a little bit creative with the economy. Because
it's exactly that's how you play it by the book. You don't see it too often, actually, and they're playing it by the book.
Here we go. Running right through the flames. Brokey trying to close the distance against Inters. He's going to be able to get the kill. And that should open it up. It's just Heavy God alone on the bomb side, and they surely know that. I say just, but what a headshot. What a spray down. 3 kills for Heavy God. Ready to battle on with the USP. He gets another dink. He almost could have had that one. But I think Frozen with the AK on the other side, maybe just a little bit too much. A 2 versus 3. And the bomb at least is going to get planted here, but through the smoke. It's Axal to find Carrigan. Frozen. What a shock it would be to Cloud9 if he wins this one.
Certainly capable. Been a while since we had one of those massive Frozen clutches, but this one's setting itself up quite nicely. Again, if you can just bring it down to a 2v1, 1v1, just keep them real modest. It's absolutely fine with the loss bonus accumulating, the bomb going down. That's fine. The fact he gets one and just keeps them on their toes here. Nice work from Cloud9. Disciplined retake there. And we said it was a must-win round, and they managed to convert it, no problem.
Let's go. Let's lock in.
They did have a kit there available, but it was absolutely fine either way. And here we go. This game's starting to get a little bit more interesting.
But that was Heavy God doing all the work.
He actually killed it. Yeah, he got like 3 kills here, right? He gets the opener. He's a very proficient rifler. Comes from OG, was undoubtedly their best player.
Yeah.
You can see them struggling this tournament with the stand-in situation. Got knocked out yesterday, actually.
It's so cool to see Inters back, dude.
Did a reasonably good showing, I suppose. They won a map against Complexity, right?
They did better than I was expecting, I'll say that much. Wow, well, Scout on Carrigan. Again, they could do a little bit of damage. Cloud9 still don't really have any money in the bank, like you pointed out, just down to 2 in that last one. So if they can do some more in this one, I mean, they can keep them low all the time, but it makes the comeback so much harder for Cloud9. Speaking of comebacks, I mean, it is a 10-5 scoreline. It's still not a great position to be in, but it looks winnable, whereas at the end of the first half, it kind of looked like it was never going to happen.
They definitely could have got a buy out of this one. They could have had a mixture of AKs and Galils, but they wouldn't have had the Brokey AWP. And I think Carrigan's mindset now is just like, let's just keep applying this pressure.
Close it out.
Close it out with our gun rounds, instead of trying to steal these rounds away and being a little bit compromised. So I think he wants to get the AWP online, AKs across the board. Still fine, still plenty of breathing room here, but slowly but surely, Cloud9 are gaining some purchase Here on Dust 2, defense.
They got a lot out mid.
Okay, this is actually a big round. We're going to have to see Inter step up here. Doesn't work out whatsoever. That might be enough to pull the save early on. I think it is. So there is a round stolen away.
You mentioned Existence earlier.
Yeah.
Drop down.
Yeah.
Existence is some real old school lore, but at one point Existence, I think, found a solution to this mid split, which was pushing the CTs in the B bomb site into Upper Dark.
Sure.
Basically attacking into the part of the T attack that was coming from Upper Dark. Because the problem is when you're inside of the bomb site,
you have to reclaim territory.
It's
kind of sit there,
crazy,
right?
yeah. And it was so cool to see. Like, obviously, Existence was legendary for the strategy side of the game. But I remember seeing some of those games where I thought, like, oh, this is a really smart idea. Obviously, it's risky, but sometimes the Ts, if they're in Upper Dark, like, they're waiting for their mid push to come through, and they're not ready for somebody to be rushing them down. They're like, oh shit, like now we're you know. I think it's a smart solution because you can see for Inters, I don't know what he's meant to do. I mean, it's unfortunate that Heavy God dies here, but there are so many angles coming at him, and they're pushing him from behind as well. He can't possibly win.
Arguably, he needs to be inside the double doors.
Yeah, maybe.
Because then you can get your kill, and you're not going to be ran down like that. That's the only hole you can poke in there. If you got 2 kills there, we'd be saying what a great play. But yeah, like if we're looking like how he could have done better there or just survived, you're playing inside the double doors.
Analyzation by them.
But got ran down with the pistols, and that's a huge round. You can see how it's affected the economy. We're saying they're just building into that rain, pushing through the smoke. Finds Boomage early on. Lots of control now for FaZe. This is the nightmare with CT. You have to start reacting. If you lose long so early on, you need to reclaim territory. That's what they're trying to do towards short. They cannot afford to be pincered here. You've got Robs holding up a B. A very common reaction would be to push the tunnels as well. But they're just biding their time here, bleeding out those CT resources, making sure when they do make their final commitment, they've applied enough pressure across the map that they've expended the majority of the CT utility here. Looks to be a long take eventually. 3 players there. Robs will sacrifice control of upper B, feeling like he's showing some presence, and they're not exactly sure it's going to be an A finish here. You can see they've got 3 players to the B side of the map, because the only round FaZe have got so far is that mid-to-B split. Oh, massive Molotov as well. You can see we've got 1 player defending the entirety of the A bomb site for 5-7. It's going to be Icy actually pulling 1 back. That's not bad at all. That was towards middle.
Look at this gun.
Yeah, but the problem is still this 1-5-7 here for Axel. It's going to be very hard to make this work. Carrigan ready for the turnaround here, but he will get shut down. Nice shot from Icy. That's not necessarily that easy to pull off. 2 versus 3. There is going to be a bomb plant, if nothing else, here for FaZe. There is a kit on Icy as well and a smoke, so if they get onto the bomb site, they should have a really, really good shot at doing this. And they're pushing 2 people out long. Brokey, though, is what they're going to be running into. He doesn't really seem ready for it. The flash, though, the spray looks good, and it's going to be Rain going down last. Icy having a beautiful round here. Slow start for him and everybody else really on cloud 9, but 14 kills.
5, though.
Dude, that was going so well for FaZe. They get the opening kill, all that long control.
Yeah.
And we're waiting for the reaction to come through. Never really got it. Icy started finding some picks, forced their hand. And yeah, the synergy doesn't really come through. Like even with Carrigan bringing into the 4 versus 3, that's what happened. I was wondering, so it looked like it just collapsed out of nowhere. Like definitely not a lucky frag from Happy God, but certainly fortunate. Going for that long-range AK straight towards the smoke, you get a nice headshot through it. Not necessarily sustainable, but you'll take it all day long. So that's a huge round. They're definitely like back in the conversation of taking this map now after suffering a 10-2 deficit in the first half. Money's still good after winning the partial buy. The FaZe, bear in mind, they wanted like single AK and a few pistols. So they got plenty of money, but no Brokey.
Nice.
Icy's starting to come to life, starting to show his value here. 15 kills.
15 kills, dude. Icy's in a hop, man.
Experience.
Easier to play
just,
CT
they
as a
can't
newer
play an
team
easy
than team.
game. Doesn't matter if they start well or bad. Like they're gonna find a way
It's
to make it
always
interesting.
hard to
And we
learn the
appreciate
offense.
That. It does make it a lot more fun to cover their games, but I'm sure it's
super relatable. But in terms
a bit
of just
stressful for them.
Coordinate an
You
attack,
have to struggle
play,
at some point in every best of 3.
defense, you're just kind of holding stuff,
Icy in the middle, just
stuff,
deletes Carrigan. I don't think he even saw what was happening there. 5 versus 3 all of a sudden, and it's getting very interesting, Henry. We were ready to move on. We were like, what?
No, this is going to be a good game now. They chose this map for a reason. Didn't really get going to the level they would like in that the first half, I should say. But we'll see if they can fend off little B split here. What a smoke, well read. They've absolutely owned them. You can't just all go for the window, you'll get mowed down.
Trying to make the way through. The timing's actually a little bit good there. Heavy God was just looking away, I think, as Robs came through the smoke, so there was a chance there to make it through. Still is a 2-on-3. 35 seconds. Rops and Rain. With Rain playing the way that he is right now, that's got to be considered a big problem. I think it's Boomich trying to push Rain here in upper dark, and he just goes for it. Reads it so well. Boomich gets deleted. Some trouble coming the way of Cloud9. Smoke, he's just going to push in front of it. I might just wait inside of it. Rops on the other side to call the information, to pull it out when Rain needs. So there's a headshot, and now it's just Icy pushing with the AWP. He's going to get the shot, but Rops is mind-gamed him on this one. Oh, actually, he's not.
Let's go.
I can't believe it, Rops.
Let's go.
He wins that 9 out of 10 times, but Icy pulls it back instead.
If he just didn't peek, I think
Let's
he
go.
wins.
Yeah,
That was
100%.
crazy, dude.
He actually didn't have the read. The Robson made it out. He was considering his options, and Robs tries to get the jump on him. He's hoping he's pulled out the knife, going for the bomb to tap it. And that's unbelievable. What a round from Icy, making a name for himself here in the Cloud9 jersey. Let's have a look. I don't think he was even considering the window. Yes, a straight up flick. Whoa. And you can see he was pretty far from the bomb as well. So I think Robs, yeah, if he just even toys with the bomb a little bit, he probably comes out on top. Tries to peek before he gets near it. And it's a deficit they were recovering anyway. I think it was a 4 versus 2 to kick things off there.
Yeah.
4 versus 3. They managed to bring it down to a 1v1 at the end of the world, but they'll be getting frustrated and not closing out some of these closer rounds.
It's our pick, baby.
Well, especially because we just talked about this. They made economic choices at the start of this half to not try and close it out with Mac 10s and Galils. They really wanted the weapons, and that was one of those rounds where you say, well, that maybe could have been it. IZ taking down Carrigan, playing in what at one point in time was called the Fox position.
Yeah, true.
Named after Dozier's brother, I believe.
So, what kind of execution towards A? The FaZe have their sleeve. When you line up there, you're normally just doing the cross smoke. Icy is looking dangerous.
4-round gap. Yeah, Icy's he's hitting Rain and Brokey numbers. Actually surpassed Brokey at this point in time. 19-11 scoreline. Drop down into CT spawn, obviously going to be heard. And Rain actually taking a fair bit of damage even.
So they'll be aware. They'll be looking to fight him in towards spawn. Challenging as the smoke fades, however. So unlucky.
Yeah, he knew, but he just didn't have the mechanics to do it. Ooh, that was such a lineup for him. He took his time with it, but he still couldn't land a shot. Boomich and Inter's now up in the windows. A double headshot for him, and they will win the round again. I mean, this is... I can't believe what we're seeing. They're actually bringing this game back.
Oh, they absolutely are. Even with a missed shot from Icy, you thought that might be it, but it was already a 5-on-4. And they can't breach the B bomb site. Inter mows them down. They've had a good understanding where they're being split on the CT side. They seem to have very nice protocols. They're not just pushing it towards the tunnels. They are saving a smoke to kind of funnel them through the window. This time being more combative, and actually taking them down no problem there. Very impressive from Cloud9. Starting to show their worth here. A 10-2 first half, and now they are right back in this game.
I wonder if we're going to see a kind of round out of FaZe that Carrigan loves to do, where it's him in the front with a Mac 10 jumping through and just kind of creating space for his team. That's what he does really well in certain situations. So a lot of ways you could play that either on short or just a straight B rush, or some sort of timing on the B bomb side. But just having Carrigan make that work could definitely be interesting.
Let's go, boys.
All right. Focus is still there for FaZe, but obviously, like you said, a bit of frustration.
Yeah, pressure started to mount now. Like this Vegas was pretty much an open net at one point. That first half, you just think it's a matter of time before we close this one out. Now, it's getting a little bit uncomfortable. You're on an eco, essentially. Here, 1 Galil, a few pistols, got some long control, admittedly. The one round they've won so far was with this sort of vibe. It's 10-2 first half, bear in mind. Won't be this one, though. Boomich going to town on them. 4 kills from the in-game leader as Axel closes things out there. That's a lovely round there. And now we've got 11-9. Money back in favor of FaZe. They'll have a decent buy overall, but this is a 2-round game all of a sudden.
The 9th win, C9.
Closing that angle, just never really over-peaking that one. We're down to 2 rounds of difference here. Money, not amazing on the Cloud9 side, but good enough that they can make it work. FaZe struggling to make things work here on the second half. Really can't believe what I'm seeing. 10-2 first half, and now they've almost lost that edge. It's going to be a push out long, it feels like. The bomb has actually dropped a little bit further back, so they're not fully committed to it, but with the position on short here, you have to assume that's where they're going to end. Brokey flashed out of that, otherwise probably easy kill. If they can't get short control, then this long push is going to be dead. Axal gets traded, and Boomich. Can you fight Rogue?
The votes, dude. Easy peasy. Not going to happen.
Join his comrades towards long. They've actually got some open passage here to actually make their way towards the bomb site. They did get sprayed down before, Anders, and it's happening again. This time it's Icy. They find Rob, so that's so frustrating. They're trying to get across like quietly and efficiently, but bear in mind, CT can't jump up in those CT spawn box now. Looks like a bit of a mess.
Oh no!
From FaZe, and no one's really crossed. The smoke's now expired. Just gonna get a scrappy plant in there. The bomb will go down, and now it's Karrigan left in the 3 versus 1. The way he's playing right now, you never know, but not gonna happen. Double digits for Cloud9. Pretty easy victory towards the end of it.
Let's go, dude.
FaZe
If they bring this back, dude, I'm getting some food. We're riding this out, boys.
It's really hard to explain when you look at how the opening part of this game was. It was so one-sided. They just had absolutely no kills on the Cloud9 side for,
nobody's
I dare
had
say,
any
the first 8 or 9 rounds.
Like,
they got nothing done.
Everything's just got.
Dude, this keeps happening on the cross. Every time they have this full long control and an open bomb site, the moment they go over, these long-range sprays out of nowhere just find a like massive kill. It turns the tide of battle each and every time. Let's see, they just want to get out of here now, and even with the plant and the loss bonus accumulating,
big aggression towards B.
taking another
Inters,
one.
be ready.
An eco that is, and we're just going to be rushing B, boys. In we go.
I love it. This can absolutely work. I mean, it's famous for a reason. Inter's trying to turn around for the flashbangs. He does get one, but is immediately traded out. Icy up in the window. Very important shot there just to thin them out before they try and plant the bomb. Nice shot from Rain in the middle. 3 versus 3. And they should
get out
bomb at the very least here.
Oh no, Robs.
Yeah, take it easy. Oh, he's still going to be able to catch it. Axal,
Dude,
sleeping there.
Counter-Strike
that's getting CS2'd when you get that sort of bug. You're trying to jump up, but it actually might have helped.
What's funny is that I feel like him jumping up over and over by mistake tripped out the opponents.
Rob steals one away with the Mac-10 after fumbling a couple of the jumps up. See whether they can retake the bomb site. Icy's been playing unbelievably well. Start to sneak through the smoke. Time is ticking away here. The bomb going at some pace. Icy needs to make his move now, but looks like they won't be converting this one. That's the kill that matters. And that alleviates a lot of pressure for FaZe. They win with the pistols and the Mac-10 as 2 players are going to survive. Yeah, all right. So now they've at least guaranteed overtime, which probably is going to happen, but let's think so.
To be honest, that's also probably with a brand new lineup for Cloud9, one of the hardest things to do is to retake that B bomb site. So having the protocols to figure out like who's watching what, like what are we doing? Are we all retaking from middle, or is someone going off a dark? Like what's the plan here? That might be something that they just are not quite ready for. That worked out brilliantly. They've got 2 chances here, FaZe, to end what they started. They've been playing a great dust too, but obviously on the T side here, it's been a real struggle to find the remaining rounds.
It's a massive nade.
Devastating grenade, yeah, you're right.
Nails frozen. Brox's bow. I can see they've actually pretty desperate times here for Cloud9. There's been so many close rounds that have been clutched out. They've got 3 MP9s.
Damn.
At map points here. Like, if ever there was a chance to close out a game for FaZe, this would be a couldn't ask for much more than this. Problem is, Icy's got his AWP.
I was just going to say, Inters is like,
he hasn't got a bomb site
unfortunately
anymore.
doesn't realize it, but he's
wide open after being dropped by the AWP, and that should be enough for GG. We'll see.
Yeah.
Heavy God, if Karrigan checks him, it's all over, and he does. Well done to the in-game leader. Yeah. It's going to be Karrigan pretty much confirming the victory here. They've got 1 player at least towards long. Frame going down doesn't matter too much. They're so far removed.
Although
it's map point.
Still
Icy towards shore. I can't even build you a concept of how they win this one, Anders. It's going to be just a formality at this point. Maybe padding some stats because unless FaZe throw it, which is getting there, that's the kill. Okay, should be absolutely fine, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. The debut game for Cloud9 is a bit of a roller coaster affair. A 10-2 first half, but they certainly had FaZe sweating in the second. FaZe will win 13-10 on their opponent's pick.
Well done, FaZe Clan taking off the first map versus Cloud9. They had to fight for it though. It was looking easy in the beginning. First half in particular looked very, very easy for FaZe Clan. They were all over the place, running away with the game. But then Cloud9 fought back a little bit and showed some resilience that we were questioning whether they had or not. Hoopski, are you satisfied with the debut of this new Cloud9 roster?
I mean, if you would have asked me 20 minutes ago, I would have said this is a disaster, right? Yeah. They were losing 11-10, or 11-2, sorry, at some point, and then all of a sudden they make this magical comeback. At some point, you almost felt lights was out, and there was no chance for Boomich and the guys to actually bring a game into those two, which he's been actually really good on with Na'Vi back in the days as well. So it was a good showing, but of course, FaZe showed too much.
And I'll throw you a classic question right here. Was it FaZe slowing down, or was it Cloud9 playing well?
I think we have a couple of segments here who's going to give you a little bit more clearance on what actually was the issue of why Cloud9 actually managed to get to 10 at some point. I think 13-10 shows a close game, but I do think in the end that FaZe was, I don't want to say by far the better team, but I think they made it hard for themselves at times.
Well, let's dive into it. You said, you know, that you have some evidence to showcase me. Round 6 is a great example of FaZe having an easy time.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just a standard short execute, right? And just look at Brokey's rotation, right? He goes instantly into the goose position, and people are like, why is he looking into the wall? He's dodging the flash, right? He sees it. He's so prepared for what's coming. Rain finds this gap in the smoke where he can find it. Now Brokey takes next contact, but look at Rain at the radar. He's moving into position to show off his contact, and then they just clear up. It's just way too easy. Like, there's no second flash. It's just a very puckish type of execute where you can like, okay, I can do the first, I can do the second.
Sure.
But what's the plan afterwards? Why is there no goose flash? Why is there nobody jumping down like for the deep CT smoke? Like, there's a lot of possibilities to build on from Cloud9 in this segment, but they don't do it.
No, they don't do it, and I guess you're limited on money. You know, you're coming with your deals, but you can't really walk over Catwalk like that with no utility at all. We also got to give props to Rain. You said the FaZe Clan were looking great. You said they had an easy time. Great example right here for Rain as well, but individually speaking, he was all over the server, and he was being very aggressive, like we like to see Rain, you know, at his best.
Yeah, I mean, I felt in the start he had a pretty good showing, right? And then all of a sudden, when they get this amount of rounds where they get like 5-6 or 6-0, they start to disrespect him a little bit. I feel like they take a little bit too many unnecessary duels, but it works out because his form is so good. I think he's a very, very clever player. Very underestimated in the ways of thinking about the game. I think he's one of the smartest in the game when it comes to playing around smokes. I think we also see it classically happening on Nuke, where he's a really specialist.
And it's like, for me, it's always with Rain. Either he's popping off completely, or he's just having a decent game. Like, he's never down on the scoreboard with a 2-13 score. He's never completely out of the game, but he's often, you know, when he's getting a good start, it's almost like a momentum player. Would you agree with that? Like, you know Dupree as an example back in his days, that if he's off to a good start, then it's tough to stop a guy like Rain.
No, he just feels like a solid anchor within the team, both outside the server as like an adult. He feels like he's very mature in his ways of speaking, also handling himself both inside and outside. So I think he's like a very key success criteria of why FaZe should become a top team again, is that if he can raise his baseline level a little bit, FaZe always becomes better. That's
interesting, right? And you're not wrong about that. It wasn't all, you know, happiness though for FaZe Clan. After a great start, the second half turned out to be a little bit sour for the FaZe boys, unfortunately. They were struggling massively to close out this game. As you see on the round history right here, it was a great streak of rounds coming in for Cloud9. And in particular, one round we gotta dive into. That's an icy clutch where I feel Rups were, let's put it out bluntly, shitting the bed.
Yeah, I mean, I think Icy did well in this situation, right? But we have a 2v2 situation, and they start off relatively well here with actually getting the entry kill. But then Rups afterwards is isolated. He gets the first one. Now the trade is happening. Now he makes a really smart play, jumps out the window to actually isolate him. He sees the shadow that he's walking in. There's so little time here. And I understand what Rups thinks. He's thinking like Icy, he hears the bomb ticking, and like maybe Icy would pull out his knife, like, where's the bomb, where's the bomb? And like, in this situation, he should just like take a breather. If I just count from 4 whenever he taps the bomb, because the bomb is literally planted right under me. I mean, I understand what he's trying to do, but of course, just play it safe at this point.
You can see the thought process coming out from Rups, but it's also one of those clutches where if he just sits like this and doesn't touch his mouse or keyboard, he'll probably win it anyway, right? So not the best showing right there for Rups. We got to give credit, though, to Icy. He pulled off a nice 1v2, and he was instrumental in making that comeback happen for Cloud9. Spoke about him coming into the game. We saw him at the RMR for Amkill. Impressed with first-hand impression of Icy in Cloud9?
Yeah, I think we don't have many of these like dominating orbs left in the scene, right? I think he is one of the few who can actually potentially build into becoming a tier 1 AWPer. I think he has the skill set, and he's very, very passive at times, which he reminds me a little bit of a mini Shiro. I think maybe it's discrediting what he's done, Icy, but I think he's really, really good, especially when it comes to actually playing off the angles, take one, get away, reposition.
And is that something we can expect for the future of this Cloud9 lineup? I'm thinking to myself, right, we have a guy like Exile on the team, and now we have Icy coming into it as well. We haven't mentioned Exile's name almost in the pre-show. We haven't mentioned his name right here. He didn't have a great game. Is Icy supposed to be the new star player of Cloud9?
I mean, it should be Exile. I think with Heavy God coming into the team, there's going to be a little bit of switch around because both of those guys were like dedicated anchor guys. And now I think Exile is going to be moving into a little bit more of a dynamic role. Mirage, I would hope to see him down in the connector area instead of his usual short and sort of these things. I'm just questioning, is Exile ready for the task, right? He's not had a great showing for... Yeah, let's be honest, like 2 or 3 years, because the bar he set was so high. Like, he was the best lurker in the world at some point. I think many people forget that he was actually one of the best players at some point, and now he's just mediocre, a little bit above average. So the expectations is just way more than what we've seen.
And I guess we need an Exile at his absolute best if Cloud9 want to stand a chance of taking down FaZe. We're going to jump on a short little break, but after that, we're coming back with Inferno, which could be the last map of the series.
Salad. Yo, let's go.
Thank you for your services, Dunstan Raiders. We salute you.
Welcome in. I was just getting ready to eat tonight. Oh, by the way, that guy threw the little tables. We are super chill mode right now. I have a salad, what up? 2 pretzel rods, gamer shit, and a spicy ramen. Sorpa TV, let's go. As far as what we're doing, by the way, we're just chilling. This is a Cloud9 finally has a pro CS2 team again, and they almost won Dust 2, but didn't.
Inferno coming up between
T-Bone and King, love your content.
FaZe Clan, and
glad you know Clint, he's my homie. We all got a game together sometime. Yeah, dude, that was so cool. I've heard his name around before, and then I was looking for someone to raid. He was streaming, had Dunstan in the title, and was playing Legion Tower
I think the
defense,
obvious one is we always talk about banana control, but it's so hard against FaZe, right? Because they're so good at it. I think Kerrigan is
you know,
one
it's
of
funny,
the
I
few
tried to
in the world
shout him out on the
realize
wrong
when
channel like an
should you fight
idiot
for it or
earlier.
when should you leave and
Speaking of
just
shout outs,
execute instantly, right? He's so smart about on the rotation, so I have a hard time seeing
That's what
them
we're
deal
about
with it.
around
The
here.
only positive sides from my
Point
of view is that Boomich is an equal good Inferno.
Thanks for raiding out, by the way.
They were really actually having a field day on this map, but it was with Simple, so it's a little bit different.
I'll try to give you another
Will do, man. Will do.
Another reason why I think it's
We've been playing
tough for
a bunch
Cloud9.
of Season of
FaZe Clan
Discovery
have played
lately.
the map 12 times.
Just got off some right now.
They won 11 of those games.
Hell yeah,
so
dude. Fat raid of 9. Let's go. Thank you. It really means a lot.
That's the map Cloud9 is deciding to pick into FaZe Clan. It's also the
I know I don't have to say it either.
Was at the major final
but the
Navi, right? So obviously,
alright, sounds good. Sounds good. I'm always yapping anyways, dude. I respect your game, King. Mage main,
but apart from that,
game.
FaZe Clan have shown incredible consistency on Inferno. So what is it that makes FaZe Clan so good and so consistent when it comes to that map?
For anybody though, Zorbo or anybody else who's like, well, what the hell is going on here? I'm Thor_Q. I love Counter-Strike too. I love World of Warcraft Classic. And what we're watching is Cloud9 finally has a Counter-Strike 2 team again. And versus FaZe. I'm about to stuff my face a little bit, but if you guys have any questions or anything like that,
because remember, Heroic
let's
back
chat.
in the day, they would love to do those 4 stacks and towards B. But if you have a player like Robs on the opposite side, constantly putting a little bit of pressure on your pit guy, he's just going to take the side if you force him like that. So it's a little bit of an issue for the CT side that you're so limited in your rotations because Robs is always there to stop it.
I'll take you Robs and I'll race you with Brokey. I think Brokey as an AWP player is incredible, explosive when it comes to Inferno. He's not
Cloud9 lost like first like 10 rounds, then came all the way back.
When he's stuck on the bomb side, when he's on the CT side, he has that ability to explode on the server.
Still lost, but they made it competitive.
I mean, I do think Inferno has actually a really good potential to be a nice AVP map, especially in the afterplans, because there's so many positions where you can take one, go back, hide behind a pillar. We both see it on the B side and the A side. If you're asking me if Ice is going to be as dominant as Brokey in his first tier 1 game on a stage in Cloud9 jersey, I think it's going to be rough. But over a long time, I think it's a very nice signing. And I think they've also shown so far that Cloud9 is a team that they will be able to do some damage to the better ones.
You did say before that Exile had a period where he was arguably one of the best.
I had to watch some Aqua Teen Hunger Force
tonight too. I definitely agree
too.
with that sentiment. So let's give him the courtesy of speaking a bit about Exile. When it comes to Inferno, what is it he needs to do in order to give Cloud9 a fighting chance here?
I mean, I'll just give a little bit of a background story to Exile. So the way Exile came through the ranks is he played on the Academy roster with Shiro and all the other guys, Inters as well, Nafany. But this guy re-innovated the way you lurked. In online Counter-Strike, so the way you did defaults is there would be like 3 guys going middle on Mirage, and then the A guys and the B guys would stay kind of calm and just like get information, maybe try to go for a little peek. But this guy would constantly search on you. He would always force the duels on Vertigo B. I remember playing with Shus at some point. He just said,
"Let's go, dude."
This guy is just he's just playing pucks. Like he's just too good because he would always just try to.
I always view raiding as this thing too. It's like you never know where you're going. You know, you just get it. It's like a player unknown's battleground. You just a battle royale. You get to the plane. Where are you gonna drop? Boom! You just drop somewhere. Raiders. Send the message. Send the emotes.
But he was very, very defining in the way he innovated lurking.
I see you on the front lines.
In the way he innovated lurking. We haven't seen the best of Exile though for quite some time, and I'm pretty sure and pretty comfortable saying that unless we see the best of Exile in this specific game on Inferno, I doubt Cloud9 right now has what it takes in order to take down FaZe Clan. However, one thing I'm not doubting at all is the ability of my colleagues, casters, Anders and Henry to drag us through the game.
Oh, be careful there, Pimp. Sometimes I'm not that reliable,
yeah.
I'm not sure. But,
what's funny is that's always my thing, dude. I always do the salute, like I always just salute the Raiders, you know.
I feel like this should be a good game.
I have people in here that's just like, I take them all over Twitch, you know what I mean? They come here, come there, get the fuck in, we're fucking raiding out.
And Icy especially showed us that he can be a truly world-class player.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
The odds did look better at the start of Cloud9, but they've switched a little bit more in favor of FaZe now, so 7-1.
Normally, I'm usually kind of really loud or got loud music. This is actually super chill mode. It's kind of funny to get a raid and be like, welcome on in. Hey everybody, I'm Thor_Q. I'm eating a salad watching Counter-Strike.
Yeah, they made what looked to be a very uninspired game actually quite exciting towards the end. They had
tomorrow we're going to be raiding Kata on the Mage. I'm going to have a fucking entire raid going on
FaZe Clan. We'll see what they can make of it here. You'd assume Cloud9 is starting on the CT side here. We'll check that out and get into the action. You are joining us for the Group C opening game.
Zorbo just becomes a soldier, dude. He just sticks around for our raid. Just how many raids can you get in a night? Just what do you do? I'm a raider on Twitch, dude. I find the streams that are ending, dude. Find some raids. grizzled veteran.
See a quick smoke towards middle. We're going full send.
Yeah, it's going to be speedy this one, but actually smartly, I think Cloud9 trying to fall
there.
back away from this action. They don't want to get a straight run down, putting up some defensive smokes. It's Axal and Icy to begin with. They've managed to really slow it down now. Another kill comes through. It's Axal for the smoke catching Frozen.
I'm rooting for Cloud9
If you
here,
get
obviously.
caught on that initial wave of blocks that's just coming towards you, that's how you lose the round quickly. But the fact they fell back, they put up a smoke, they got a couple of kills there. It's a huge difference. Almost absorbing that attack in towards the A-bomb side. Carrigan and Brokey in what was just a 2 versus 5.
One thing I know Dunstan from just playing on Benediction before I even started streaming. I remember seeing his some of his posts and being like, this guy plays mage on my server. Like, let's go. It's my fucking kind of guy.
But if not, they should go the way of the CT side.
If they had HP and Kevlar, maybe there's a chance, but they have neither. So it's going to be Brokey. Nice try to get another kill, but that's the end of the line here. For round number 1, we are going to see Carrigan go down momentarily. Just a question as to whether he gets one more. Certainly does. That's a nice shot.
Beautiful.
A few of those today. His individual form has actually looked quite good. Dust too. He said that's something he was working on in the player break. He realized last season like he was a little bit off the mark in terms of his contributions on the server. So yeah, it seems like he's looking very crisp on this outing.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably have to, especially
just because we're on topic.
Like if you're
here's my
deep in
2.
your career
We're not rating out,
like,
but
there's so many young players coming up now that
those
are
are my
so
2.
sharp. So
second one's obviously like you don't
have
have to follow.
I'm sure you have
second
to put
one.
in some time to make that work. But yeah, he's been looking great today, honestly. It's been impressive. But what a victory for Cloud9 winning the pistol here. I mean, just to not have the kind of start that you had on Dust 2. Obviously, you don't want to be replaying that scenario. I am seeing quite a few Tech-9s. They're in the CSAT 75. Boomage, this is scary. They've actually traded places, oddly enough.
The old classic Boomage push down banana.
He does love it, doesn't he?
Some things will truly never change. Kill towards middle, answered back, and Frozen and Boomage are like ships in the night.
Oh wow, like nothing happened. I guess Boomage is hearing it and pushing up behind them. It makes sense. He kind of has a lot more information than Frozen ever did.
Pretty much, dude. Like,
Axal reloading, but
what's funny is like when I first played 19 years ago in the beginning, all I cared about was
towards
PvP.
the T ramp right now is making him very sure what's happening on the side of the map. So, question of time
like
for the
I'll
attack,
queue
but
up
they
some
definitely know it's
BGs.
going to be
You know,
A-sided
I
on this
engage
one.
in World PvP on Season of Discovery, but
a little bit of pressure there, but Carrigan actually gets dropped by Heavy God. So, yeah, this is a lockdown now.
Very
It should
casual
be at the very least
PvP.
Frozen, just no health at all left. And Boomage will get his 1 kill of the round. But Inters with a nice triple.
Very nice indeed. Well done, Cloud9. Weather the storm.
nothing really, honestly. If somebody's like, why? Just usually putting time in other games, I guess.
Phase. So this is looking much better. Towards the end of Dust 2, there were moments there where it looked like they were actually going to pull off the comeback.
Raid and Sod, and then Raid and
pistols a couple of times, and
Cat out
just
the
didn't
mage.
have enough breathing room to hold on to the good form they were showing.
I don't even know why. I should take out Dragonflight. I don't even have Dragonflight installed
some
anymore.
upgraded pistols, 1 piece of Kevlar.
That's cool. Thank you. Yeah. What's funny though is like Dunstan and community, they're all the time like, bro, bring your like, let's go fucking, let's do this, let's do that. Hell yeah.
Every time I've commentated.
By the way, I have that alert loud as fuck because it's thunder.
Thunder has struck. Let's go Zorpo TV. Welcome in.
Every time.
Surely
MP9 in hand by himself.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah, like surely if you ask him, he's got to. He would
honestly
say to himself,
too,
yeah, it's pretty obvious what's happening.
It's cool
like,
past the vibe check, especially you two. I always that always stands out to me now. Like just after you stream a while, you always see the raiders that come with. Like it's such a like, you know, you have just we talked about it already. But you have no idea where you're going, so I appreciate you engaging a little bit. Saying who the hell is this guy? You know?
Yeah, everybody knows it.
Yeah. So as far as kind of the report out,
I really want to
here, I'll
see him
speedrun it just for fun.
have a bit of success early on here.
And I'm just going to give you my full history. I'm so excited. Thank you, by the way. I can update the daily goals.
They repositioned.
They've avoided disaster there for a while. It could have been a really awkward clip.
Vanilla, Mage Main, TBC,
kicking around right now.
Rogue Main, didn't play Kata, didn't play
slow start here
Wrath
for
of
FaZe,
Lich King,
is,
came back
again,
in
they're
Mob,
used to it. I
did
don't
Rogue
think they're even
and
close
Mage,
to worried about it. They've got AKs
didn't
out
play
now.
WAD,
So we'll see if they can bring some more action towards
played
us here in the
Legion,
4th round.
and then honestly, like I played BFA, but then Classic happened,
by no means
and pretty much since
uncommon.
Classic, it's been like
my
main thing I play.
Grenades and kind of go back.
Currently, we're doing raiding on a Night Elf Rogue.
Perfect starts. Cloud9
inside,
3-0.
and then on a Fire Mage and Kata.
They haven't really been in danger of losing any rounds. Pistol was a comprehensive victory. Boomage at the top again, aggressive of course, this time finding the initial kill.
Yep.
87 damage for a Molotov, even with the advantage that one
I'm a mage main through and through, but like I've played mage so much in Classic that when SOD came out, I was like, you know what, I really want to play Rogue, and a big reason was because Rogue is just so fucking gang in World PvP. Like, I love World PvP. Obviously, it's like when you're playing Rogue, it's like, yeah,
there's the flash, but they're
the world's your playground.
I think there was a bit of a delay in the timing there, because he probably could have had the kill if the flash had come straight
Lately,
away.
we're playing on a PS4 controller doing arenas. That's actually sick, dude. Holy shit. That's gotta feel like really fucking. I can imagine, like.
Hunt it now. They don't actually pull a check. He
might
have been able to get that
I can kind of imagine.
Now he's surely going to get traded out. Axal very nearly catching Rops inside of the bomb side. I don't know how he lived through that one, but it's not going to be for long either. 25 seconds here, and it was Axal getting another couple of kills. He's up to 8.
But I swear, I'd play more WoW, but honestly, this is really my love right here. I love Counter-Strike. I love it.
Trades towards Arch, yeah, they were.
Finger wizard, don't let your wife see me, dude. First of all, thank you for assuming that I was married. I really respect you, King. If I had one, I don't. I have to just speedrun another story. My friend, he's our mod, the Flow Show. He was the best Call of Duty player that I played with back in high school, and he could shoot the pistol really fast. People used to think he had a modded controller, but he just had those turbo fingers, dude.
You need the plants
shit.
to really get a buy around them. So this will be Tech9 armor again. They won a couple of these on the T side of Dust 2, so don't discount them just yet. They have got a smoke for spawn, but nothing else. So you'd assume there's going to be smoke in spawn. Trying to catch them on the reload. This would be a nice time to get in there, but the smoke's not down. So you want to try and bait out those shots again. And we'll see whether they can breach the bomb site. It's going to be incredibly difficult.
Dude, I am so, guys, if anybody else who isn't here without getting ads, I'm a dipshit for not snoozing that ad when I'm talking to someone who's brand new. I don't, damn it.
You wouldn't even bother going for this unless Icy gets one for the smoke. Yeah, it's done. So yeah, the timing's working in their favor. Exactly what they wanted. And really clean.
That's why I should have rolled one out when I stepped away.
The flames, knowing that the CT would be scrambling. Difficult to comm. They're all coming through, and you've got your nades out. Call your pants down at the back, and it's frozen to find the killing blow that wins the round. Let's have a look at this one.
Sees at 75, yeah. He slides into that kill. That's absolutely disgusting.
Oh, that's really unlucky for Cloud9. They've been playing a really impressive game. But they've made the correct choice. Keep the money strong. They won't have any lost bonus, bear in mind.
Yeah.
So you might as well hold on to these 3 weapons, especially the AWP. 5 players survived, though. A second M4 should be available. Might have got blown away in the chaos. But yeah, nice injection of cash now for FaZe. They're going to have a lot of money for a couple of rounds here, with 5 players surviving on a partial buy and getting the bomb planted.
Wow.
Did they find the other M4? I don't think they did. So just the one.
Yeah, presumably got blown into the CT spawn by the grenade that Heavy got through. Well, Icy's got the AWP now. He was playing fantastically well on Dust 2. It's a different affair on Inferno to AWP, and some even top-level AWPers don't really like it. But
players like Brokey can do disastrous things with the AWP. He's synonymous with this map and having big performances. Not so much like opening picks, but in terms of like just clutch scenarios.
Oh yeah.
He thrives in the chaos and kind of
some of the most entertaining Counter-Strike to watch when he's up close with the AWP.
Yeah, and Inferno lends itself to that. So it's not necessarily an AWPer's paradise, but some AWPers do thrive in this map.
And that's all I'm ever going to try to be, dude. You take a shit, I'm here for a quick little chat. Fuck yeah, dude. It's time for coffee and a nice day. Hell yeah, brother. Have a great-ass day, dude. Seriously, I love that.
4-1, and we are
we even got a button for that, dude, to help you through it.
Outside of second mid position, so
sounds good, but seriously, sorry about the ads. I know it's all good, but you're a legend. I'll see you around.
You just want to clear out top mid, you want to clear out Inferno or the banana position.
We did it.
Then
we
you
got the poop. Time for some coffee. Time to move on. Time to move on. The day's got to move on. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, bringing the bomb back. So it might be a B split to through CT spawn, which I think is one of the most fun tactics on this map.
Peace out.
The banana split.
Yeah, exactly.
Extra creamy.
I'm just gonna stuff my face watching Counter-Strike.
This might be, because they're getting very close at the moment here. That B-bomb site is not that far away from falling here. Smoke doesn't help if they're coming through CT spawn, and it definitely doesn't help when you go down through the smoke. Boomich dies early. Heavy God alone on the bomb site. Good job getting the first headshot, but he's going to get traded frozen. I don't think he didn't even see what he was shooting at there, but it works.
It's a bit dicey, but he somehow gets that kill. And Icy looks like he's got a good understanding. He'll be getting this kill almost certainly. Oh, that's actually a massive frag. Okay, that changes the round drastically.
Where did the bullet go?
I actually don't know. That happened to him on Dust 2 as well in that CT spawn shot.
Yeah. That's kind of devastating.